the time. Your gateway to the world. A-F-R. American Freedom Radio. Give it to them.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
Woohoo! All right, good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us here tonight. Happy Thursday, Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. Do y'all remember that tune? Woohoo! We got new music! Yay! So obviously, I finally narrowed it down to the 12 songs, and yeah, it was kind of a nice surprise to hear them come in right now. So thank you so very much to everyone in the sound room. I love you guys. You're absolutely amazing. And I was thinking that tonight we'll do a little contest, so pay attention to the music. Whoever can tell me all of the songs, the artist and the name of the song, I will send you a free t-shirt. And you know what, there are 12 songs, so I don't know, what are the chances of 12 of you knowing them? So, you know what, I'm just going to open that up to anyone. So if 20 of you get it, cool, you all win. If only one, you all win, and woohoo, yay! All right, happy Thursday. We're going to be discussing part 2 of the oldest soul trapping game we began last week with Tobias Lars, the author of Listening to the Sun and Awakening Souls. He is also a personal awakening coach and the creator of courseofawakening.com, as well as spiritualtravelers.com. You'll want to check that out. They have some good trips coming up, swimming with the dolphins and the giant sea turtles. What did I say?
Maui.
Okay, did I say Hawaii? I hope I did.
Maui.
Okay, Maui. Maui Wowie. Yeah, you might even get some good Maui Wowie while you're down there, but check it out. That's at spiritualtravelers.com. And if you all have any questions or comments tonight, please feel free to give us a call at 218-339-8525. That's 218-339-8525, and if you'd like to join us on the text chat, that's over at souljourneysradio.com. And yeah, don't forget, write down all the names of the songs and the artist, and you'll get a free t-shirt. So, woohoo! How you doing tonight, Tobias?
I'm doing good, real good.
Yay.
Yay.
Are you lying, like most of us, when we say we're good?
I don't.
You don't.
I mean, you know, I do tell white lies sometimes because that's the loving thing to do.
Oh, okay. So when you're not doing good, you say you're doing good?
No, I don't.
Ah.
So it depends on who you're talking to.
You just avoid the question.
No. You feel intuitively to what the moment calls for.
That's true. You can't tell everyone the truth.
No, you can't. You can't tell the 3-year-old that you love, you know, your child. You can't tell them, look, the fucking Illuminati run the planet, your life is doomed. Well, this is not a good approach to parenting.
Damn, so that's what I did wrong. Okay.
Little shocking there, I know. And you can't tell your 10-year-old, yeah, come on, come watch mom and dad have sex with their neighbors. Come on.
Oh, shoot. I screwed up on that one, too. God dang it.
It's the truth.
Why do I always have to find out after the fact?
It may be delivered a little too early. So real love, Osho tells it beautifully, actually. You know, because at first we get on the truth-telling kick. First we've been totally lied to. Or, you know, whatever, we're growing up inside a cocoon of happy belief systems about whatever, you know, depending on what part of the world you're in. And then we realize, oh my God, I was lied to. Just recently, Joy's granddaughter, God bless her, she won't listen to this show. She's so smart, she's so sweet. But I realized we were having lunch in Sedona, and her older brother knows there's no Santa Claus, but she doesn't know it yet. And she's kind of, you know, just going to find out this year that it's no Santa Claus. And, you know, this is kind of shocking that we lie to our kids so much or traumatize them. And then the truth really shocks us. So yes, we could raise our kids better. If we told the truth from the beginning to our kids, there's always a way to share, quote, the truth that is appropriate to the level of soul development, and often kids are fine with it. And I would contend, here's another shocker, there are tribes on this planet where they allow sex to be completely open, and once the kids reach puberty, for example, once they reach puberty, they put all the kids that are becoming sexually mature, they let them all live together. They let them all live together and explore, this is so shocking, and explore open sexuality when they're 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever, with each other. Now, they have some way to make sure the girls don't get pregnant. But once they let them explore all that, this particular tribe has the highest form of commitment later in life. Meaning there's the least amount of cheating, the least amount of murders, the least amount of lying to each other. So could we potentially tell the truth from the beginning to all our souls that come to the planet Earth? Yes, and we will be doing that in the future. However, currently, we give massive lying, false belief systems to our children. Then they are shocked. There is no Santa Claus. I can't actually trust mom or dad. Or, 1,000 different ways. I can't trust the world. Everybody lies to me. This makes for a paranoid self-society that creates sociopaths, psychopaths that will do anything to, quote, step on other people, or just very damaged, traumatized people. Which I want to do tonight. I want to take another aspect to the soul trapping game about how you can just damage souls and trap them also. It's sort of the Stockholm syndrome of if you traumatize people enough, they will join the cause. If, the Stockholm syndrome was that thing where terrorists would capture people, lock them in a closet, and after a few weeks, they would literally just decide, oh, you're right, master, I'll do anything you say, and your worldview is correct. So you can traumatize people into it. Last week we were talking about triggering people into it, but you can also traumatize people into being trapped into the dominant paradigm. But so then when you're trying to wake someone up that's been completely programmed, which is 90% of the population on this planet or more, you have to bring the truth in step by step gently. Like I said, if you go to the 6-year-old and say, here are the facts of life, dude. This is what sex, let's watch some pornography with daddy. And I want to tell you, you're going to get your heart broken. And I tell you that Lucifer exists, these demonic spirits. I'm going to give you ayahuasca right now, and let's just have the truth. That's obviously completely inappropriate for a 6-year-old. The vast, 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 vast majority of 6-year-olds. Actually, in the Amazon, with the shamans, they will often their kids will start early because they're growing up in a natural environment in the jungle. So there are cases where the 7-year-old grandson will start going into ceremonies with daddy and starting to keep that other dimensional gateway open. But there has to be a delivery. So when you're dealing with a 50-year-old, 40-year-old, 30-year-old, 60-year-old, I'm working with 70-year-old clients right now, a bunch of them, actually. Now that's a really brave time in life to want to wake up. You're 70 years old, you've done an amazing job of being successful in this world. Remember? Now you grew up with doing the stroll, listening to Pat Boone, Love Letters in the Sand, okay? That was your high school. Bobby socks and poodle skirts. That was you. Innocence, 56 Chevys, okay? And then you end up where the planet is now, and you're still willing to hang in there and want to wake up. That's freaking unbelievably courageous. I'm working with 3 people like that right now. That's awesome. The power of the spirit. But let me tell you, it's not easy for them to wake up at that. So you have to treat that also very gently. Because all of a sudden, everything they thought was true, right, is a complete lie.
Yeah.
So how do you deliver this truth to people? With love. Because you can lambaste and bash people over the head with truth. But let me, that's no better than Bible bashing people over the head with the Bible.
True.
You can bash people with the truth, but then it becomes, it's maybe factual truth, but it's not heart truth. It's not love truth. And so this awakening process, it's not about the truth so much. It's more about evolving the being their next step. Their next step. My 6-year-old son would be, he has gotten into his first fight with somebody. I then would listen wisely and go, what's the lesson for this particular soul? So each child, each person is an absolutely unique piece of source energy. So there's no cookie cutter answers either. So it's in the moment what's right for this soul. Yeah. So yeah, when you ask me, how are you, Tobias? It depends on who's asking. When they're asking, I will be truthful in the moment. So when you ask me, how are you feeling today? I will scan my body for a millisecond, and out will pop out of my mouth whatever pops out of my mouth.
All right, sounds fair enough.
That to me is actually being more truthful. But there's also nothing wrong with going, F you, what do you care? I mean, if someone's actually feeling that in the moment, you're like, don't give me your platitude asking me. I'm not saying that about you right now, but if people come up to you and go, so how are you today? And it's just totally programmed, and you've reached a level in your development or your evolution where, like, I can't stand the programming on this planet, you might go, F off. That might be your honest reaction to that sweet lady asking you. That's okay too. You have the right to be completely out of control, and you have the right to use your true feelings to bash the crap out of other people. Now, they will usually back off and go, what the hell is her problem or his problem? But we have the right to do it, and if the intention behind getting really truthful is I want to heal myself, then that's what you're going to get. If the intention is, I want to scorch the planet, and I want to join Lucifer's team, Lucifer, ego, mind, same thing, then you'll get that. And since there is free will, we are moment to moment choosing what it is we want. We have to go through, quote, the temptation that every master goes through, whether it's Hilarion, St. Anthony, or Yogananda, or all of them. Babaji went through it. Shiva, all of them. Jesus, of course, tempted in the desert by Satan. Satan is the ego mind. It's the illusion. It's the settling for power. We get, because on the path, as we start to awaken, we get telepathy. We get, actually being able to materialize things. And when you have really damaged people that get a lot of power, they usually create a lot of damage. Can you feel that one? If you give damaged people a lot of power, it's like handing out $100 million to Joe Blow, who wins the lottery. 2 years later, he has destroyed his family, destroyed his life, he's on drugs, and he's lost all his money. So the power wisely can't be handed out to damaged people because they will just create more damage. God knows what she's doing.
Is there such a thing as an undamaged people?
There are.
But
okay. Very, very few on this planet at this moment.
And where are they hiding?
Safely out of range.
Come out, wherever you are.
No, thank you. I would prefer not to have a social security number. No, thank you. I would prefer not to appear to CNN. I'm enjoying between the dimension life. I'm enjoying being able to materialize my body. And believe me, actually, they're in the right place. Now, an Eckhart Tolle, you might say, has awakened from where he was. But he's not fully fleshed out, perhaps. So he's still in the, we all got different assignments at this point, not only to heal ourselves, which is the first priority. This is my opinion. Filter it through your own belief systems. Call me an idiot, stone me, and try to stone me if you want. That's up to you. I don't really care at this point in my life. But anyway, I do care. I would love for us all to be able to get together and all that. Hey, maybe we have one of those songs coming up. We'll see.
Well, you know what? We do have, there's a few that you suggested. So again, if you're just tuning into the show, keep track of the songs. The first time we're hearing them, write down the artist and the name of the song, and I will send you a free Soul Journeys t-shirt. And if you already have one, then I'll send you my Terrescent shirt. Whatever, we'll just have some fun with it. I'm excited to hear them, though. They're a little bit different. Still kept some lovey-dovey and maybe not so much lovey-dovey. So
I want Black Sabbath. If there's no Black Sabbath, I'm quitting I can't appear on your show anymore.
Okay, all right. Well, this might be the last show then. I tried. It was just trying to get things to fit into, we'll see. And you know what? I could change them at any time. So we'll just check this out for a while.
Isn't that a nice thought, what Christie just said? I can change them. Just feel this as a concept. We have these memes running through our heads, running through our bodies. I can change them at any time. That's a beautiful meme. It's better than I'm trapped in hell and I have to work my ass off and perhaps I'll make it to heaven. Right?
Yeah. If
yeah,
heaven exists.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the carrot. The carrot is plastic, made in China, but keep on trying for it. You'll be satisfied. Once you reach that carrot, everything will be fine. Once you find the right man, honey, everything will take care of itself. And yeah, once you should have enough money, Joe, everything will just fall into place. I mean, come on, get real. But yeah, so I can change it at any time. This is the free will thing. Here comes the music. What do we got?
We should just listen to it. I'm not going to talk.
Yeah.
Here's the music.
Here's the music.
I actually never heard of these guys till recently, but yeah, we'll be back. Let's check it out.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifilan brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifilan. There's nothing else like Modifilan. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifilan banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
You're listening to AmericanFreedomRadio.com, the network who perseveres in delivering intelligent debate, constructive dialogue with true independence. The freedom to broadcast the truth is not free at all. So what is American Freedom Radio worth to you? The empowering information with fun, honest and pure integrity behind it provides an example to follow, friendships to flourish, with the moral altruism that pulls no punches. The hosts sacrifice and show remarkable discipline in their duty to deliver quality radio and service to the community with strength, wisdom and loyalty. The founders of AFR wish to thank you personally for sharing your views and insights to make the best radio and alternative media. Now it's time for you to give something back and play a vital role in the future of America. Be as generous with us as we've been with you. Click on the donate banner at AmericanFreedomRadio.com or volunteer by emailing AmericanFreedomRadio@ymail.com. Vaccine, psychotropic drugs and artillery batteries not included.
All right, welcome back, and thanks for joining us here tonight. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. Feels like a new show, new life. We have all this new music. Again, write them down, and I'll send you a free t-shirt. But here we are, joined by Tobias Lars, or Saint Toby One Kenobi, and he had a very important message for me during the break. Tobias, do you care to share that here with the rest of the listeners?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, first I want to say that wasn't Black Sabbath.
No, I know. I suck.
Some weird hippie song from the 60s. What the hell was that?
Well, you know, all the best freaks are here, and most of the freaks are hippies.
I love that. That's one of my ultimate favorites.
Wait a minute. You picked that song, Toby.
I know, I'm saying. It's one of my ultimate favorite. I love that song. Isn't it a beautiful sentiment? Come on, people now. Everybody get together, love one another.
Yeah, and except for the unlovable ones. Oh, wait, that's a soul trap.
And when you're not feeling that sentiment, you want to kill these guys, right?
Yes, why are you singing this crap, you freaks? I think we might hear a couple of those songs, though. We might. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yes, I love it.
Okay, so tell us about this bit of advice, or this very important message you shared with me during the break.
Well, now notice how I'm going to phrase it differently than I would to you.
Oh, okay. I get the hardcore truth telling, and the rest of you guys get what? The rainbows and lollipops. We're going to be gentle. We're going to coddle you like sweet little babies, cause you can't handle it. You know what? I think they can. That's why. That's the only reason they can listen to our show.
Customized love truth.
Customized cussing.
Customized, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, because we are not the only ones being addressed. This is why a teacher, when they're talking to the crowd, or like Jesus, he had 12 disciples. I was going to say 11, but for some reason, wonder why. He had 12 disciples close to him, and then he had 125, and then there was several circles of teaching. And again, the truth could be told at different levels. When he was alone with Peter or James or Mary Magdalene, he could share certain things. When he was with the 12 of them, it was another level of publicness, 125. And then the mass collective, is a different thing. But yeah, Christie wants me to talk about the purging, the tribulation.
How screwed we are.
That's happening on the planet.
Let's hear it.
How Scrooged we are. The purging will continue. The beatings will continue until further notice. What does that say? It's some movie. The beatings will be stepped up until further notice. The beatings will be twice a day instead of once a day.
That's, only twice? Damn, you're lucky.
Right, on the hour, every hour, the beatings will resume.
Yeah.
And this is what it feels like during the purging of our personal crap. You can say, and it's true, you don't have to suffer with your suffering. That's true. But realistically, for the vast majority of us, when you are long and hard is the road out of hell. Milton, Paradise Lost, Long and hard is the road out of hell. Yeah.
I like it long and hard.
Okay, there you go.
We're talking about roads. I'm sorry.
No, Satan says, I got one for you. You can stay here with me, girl.
Nice. All right. He's probably a good time, in the sack, at least. The road would be cool, too.
Yeah. Free will, baby. We have free will. And, it's up to us. But yes, so I was just telling Christie during the break that the stuff will not stop happening any time in the near future, because this is the time of cleaning on Earth, and it doesn't mean you can't have a good time along the way as well. But as long as you're keeping up with that which you have decided. See, you have decided this. Now you can fight that if you want. Say, hell no, God did this to me. The devil did this to me. Well, good luck with that. Enjoy yourself. But the reality in my reality land, once I have realized a little bit of this, is that my soul has chosen this because I want to learn. I want to clean myself out. Because 80 years or 100 years or 500 years or 1,000 years on here on Earth is really nothing. It's a blip, compared to our eternalness and the way space-time moves in the fourth, fifth, sixth, the higher dimensions. So we really choose. We go, I want to make myself look at my victim-perpetrator thing. A client I had today, we were doing that. The victim-perpetrator, she realized she had been at times been the hard ass, and now she needs to receive the hard ass stuff in some way or to balance it. And she's choosing it. I mean, you can actually, at some point, you start realizing, wow, I'm choosing to kind of make myself look at some of this stuff instead of winning the lottery and partying my life, and then bammo slammo, when you die, you got to face your stuff. And again, I'm not promoting that we have to suffer, but when we come from sloth or misunderstanding or blame game, it's harsh to see ourselves. It's harsh to look in the mirror. It's harsh to realize, oh my God, I've done that. I've been this way towards people, or I play this victim game, or I play this energy draining game. I need attention. I want to hurt other people. The dark side, the stuff that we really prefer not to see about ourselves. And yet the only way to really heal it is to actually go, okay, show me my narcissism, my willing to sell out at any cost, my willing to do almost anything to avoid actually looking at my deeper crap inside myself.
What if that's not the case? What if you just want to hurt yourself?
Yeah, well then you'll be happy with hurting yourself. You'll actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. There are beings that are exploring pain and just hurting themselves. That's totally okay in God's eyes. Shock, shock, shock. It is totally okay to explore pain. In fact, it might be healthy for the planet to not judge pain so much and actually embrace it and kind of be willing to explore it.
Yeah.
Pain, fear, self-loathing, self-hatred, murderous rage, wanting to torture other souls. These impulses that are in us. It's when we deny that we have them that they become twisted sick. Or, there seems to be, when we hide it, it's in our secret. Secrets make us sick is the short way to say that. Secrets make us sick. So openly expressing, I'm feeling really scared, or I'm feeling really egotistical. I'm feeling like a know-it-all, and I'm better than all of you. How about that one?
Yeah, I love those.
But can you accept that part of yourself? See, if everyone will yak about oneness or healing, the true allowing it's a multiple layers to it, folks. Can you allow someone to want to hurt themselves? Can you allow someone to want to explore self-hatred for a billion years?
Yeah.
God does. She does. He does. He allows us total free will to explore. I want to become Lucifer, Darth Vader, the Emperor, and go off on a separate timeline and just trap as many millions of souls as I can and put them in vats like the Matrix movies, except it's not a machine world. It's actually another human doing it to other human beings.
Tobias, you have people in the chat saying they're going to go kill people after the show.
Good. Go ahead. Have a good time.
Yeah, okay, but video or it didn't happen.
No, whatever. I mean, there is truly free will. Yeah. There is truly free will. Now, if you're not a master of the energies, likely the cops will catch you and you'll have a good time with Leroy in jail. It's up to you. You can, it's the old Midas commercial. If you pay me now or pay me later. It's, you can't fake it. You can't fake it.
Nope.
When you're ready to go beyond good and evil, then you will. But until then, and you're still schizoid and you haven't healed yourself, don't worry, the universe will catch you. Or you could say it another way, your own soul will make you own up to the shenanigans you're trying to pull off. Whether it's you just suffering inside yourself or actual getting caught by the cops or executed or whatever, Yeah. But there is total free will. Whenever I've asked God, I said, tell me about suicide, God. What's all this bullshit about it's a sin and all that? When I went to that place with God about 20 years ago, because I was in that place, and you can't say this with words. It ultimately has to be experienced between you and your own heart, you and your own soul, you and whatever concept you have of the higher intelligence, higher self, God, Father, Mother, Source, whatever. But to me, God said, no, it's up to you. There are some, you're not going to get out of, you can't escape from yourself, but you can leave your body if you want, but you'll meet those parts of yourself over here as well. Not a threat, just being honest. Just being honest with it. You can't outrun yourself. You can't outrun your shadow. That's insane. So, and then we can spend eons blaming God or whoever. You can blame people for, there's no way this could be my fault, you know. We can do that, and we're allowed to do that. We can do it for eons if we want, because time is just a momentary construct. The moment we decide to wake up, we really wake up. We go, wow, all those billion years, like the little Zeta Reticuli, little gray aliens, they're on a billion-year artificial timeline of completely negating sexuality, emotions, and all that. You've heard me say it before if you heard me talk. They're allowed total free will, but you can't escape. They reach a dead end. Their life force is literally at drained. They can't recreate themselves anymore. Is God being cruel? Take it up with God. You can have that argument with him or her. Yeah. Total free will, folks. Including the soul trapping game, which is the title of tonight's show. And so this is where people go into cruelty. God's a masochist, a sadist. How could he allow this to happen? I mean, the basic simple-minded one is, if there was a God, how could he allow child murder? All right, there you go. Obviously, there can't be a God because there's, all these horrors on the planet. That's very, if you look into it anywhere beyond that, you're just a reactive, pouting, pity party child, really, when you are stuck in that one. And you say, okay, we'll just solve it through science. F you, God. We're just going to go completely materialistic and become scientism followers, and obviously there's no God,
Science
of course
has
there's
all the answers.
Yeah,
I can
obviously
explain everything away.
Yeah, and that's really just very wounded, emotionally damaged people. You ever notice that? We're telling
Can't we
today.
just get real with our emotions? I mean, yeah, we're all emotionally wounded. Okay, maybe some more than others, but hiding it or drugging it or praying it away or putting some stupid labels on it or using your fake love and light spiritual half-truths is not going to heal it. It's not going to make it go away. And you know what? People know you're being fake.
But yes, absolutely. And here's the caveat. Because of free will, we can be as real as we want to be with ourselves and with the source, or those that are willing to put up with our particular shit at the time, right? But every other soul has the right to go to us, you're an idiot, you're crazy, you're negative. Every other soul has the right, or if they're not in the same place. See, this is the free will game. Every other soul has the right to go, oh, you're crazy or you're dangerous or whatever. Like when I went through a large chunk of my purging out my garbage, people around me were scared for me. But I was like, why? I'm just getting real, I don't get it.
Stuff just sucks sometimes. Big deal.
But here's the thing. You have the right to tell your postman off. I had a couple of religious people show up a few months ago here at the house, and I was in a battle mode, target practice mode, which is fine. See, it's okay. You don't have to be nicey all the time. Compassion takes many, many faces. Compassion is in the moment of the Tao. Or just getting real. You can say F compassion. I don't give a flying rat's ass about compassion or anybody else. I don't give a shit about anybody. I just care about myself right now. For the vast majority of the good-hearted people, not the psychopathic egotists, they need to learn to feel their hearts. But for the good-hearted people on this planet, it would be incredibly healthy to go, I don't give anything about anybody else. I'm just want to take care of me.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well said. We have a new song, so hang on, everyone. We will be right back. SoulJourneysRadio.com.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
Yo, what's up? Check this out.
The voice of the revolution. American Freedom Radio. American Freedom Radio.
Woohoo! All right, welcome back. I am so loving this new music. It's super exciting, and thank you, Tobias, and everyone who helped me narrow it down. Yeah, we are back. The oldest soul-trapping game on the planet. Tobias Lars, the author of Listening to the Sun and Awakening Souls. You can find that at his website, soulcounseling.com. And don't forget to check out spiritualtravelers.com for everyone that goes to Maui with him. He's given out some high-grade Maui Wowie. Is that what I heard?
No.
I'm sorry. that was in my dream time. Whoops.
Yes. We're not quite. See? We're not quite ready collectively yet. Not quite. Getting very close, though. To, be able to be that truthful.
Hey, Tobias, I noticed we have a caller on the line.
Yeah.
Shall we go for it?
Yeah, sure. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Area code 404. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Christie, it's Buckles.
Buckles?
Yeah.
Oh, good. It's great to hear your voice, however faint it might be. Can you hear Tobias?
Barely.
I seem a little quiet, too. I could try speakerphone, but it might break up. I don't know.
You're sounding better now.
You're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, better.
Yay!
What's on your heart?
What?
What's on your heart? What do you want to ask or say or share?
Oh, well, I was just calling in because I couldn't get the website to work on my phone, and I wanted to listen because we're sitting at a truck stop right now in Kansas. So, yeah.
All right. Have you tried TuneIn Radio? It's an app on your phone.
No, I didn't even know.
Oh, yeah. Download TuneIn Radio. It's an app. And then just search for American Freedom Radio, and there we are.
Cool.
And there we be.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool, Buckle. So anything you want to ask, or you just want to listen?
I think I'm just going to listen.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, be safe and get your booties over here quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, love you.
So I want to go into the topic, Christy, about the oldest soul-trapping game. Last week we spoke mostly about how you can trigger people's anger to fight against things, and you can capture people's attention and hook them in. In other words, the government can be so outrageous with corruption, or Monsanto can, try to buy up seeds and outlaw private gardening. They want to outrage us so much that we just go insane with them, and we want to get them back, or the international banksters, and so forth. But there's more to the soul trapping game as well, because some souls aren't strong enough to step out of the dominant paradigm. In other words, how you're raised, you just become a follower, a clone of the dominant culture. Most souls, 80% of the people, really are followers of whatever they're told to do, the old 80-20 game. And 20% of the people are kind of rebels, free thinkers, or at least will entertain, and they know that they're not being, that this is just sort of anyway, they're not as controllable. But so for those 80%, when you want to come in and trap souls or dominate a planet, you traumatize the 80%. You do it through fear, through war, through just terror, fear, you know. That's basically what the news does every night. Shooting murder in your neighborhood, coming to your house next. You know, that thing you do. You scare the sheeple so that at a certain point, literally with cows, you know, if those cattle guards you see out west, once cattle are raised with cattle guards, then you don't need to actually spend the $3,000 to put in a cattle guard or whatever they cost. I don't know what they cost. But you can actually just paint white lines and stripes on the road, and the cattle will not try to walk across it because they've been properly traumatized or programmed to stay inside the bounds.
Yeah.
And the same with cattle and a fence. They've been inside a certain fence their whole life. If you open the gate, they will be very scared to go out of that gate. So most humans are traumatized and scared. And the way you do that is, you know, fairly easy. You take the men and send them off to war and traumatize them by having to live through war. You create post-traumatic stress syndrome in millions of men, which is you are not allowed to feel what you really feel about this. You activate their survival chakras. Little told stories is, you know, because we want to appear as brave. Why do you think we need to pin hundreds of medals on men's chests?
Yeah.
Because they really know I'm a freaking coward, a lot of them. And I need a lot of medals because that'll make up for my fear inside myself.
Prove my
now I'm going to tell
worthiness.
now I'm going to tell a little story. True. I forget his name. A guy who came out and told the truth about the whole CIA involvement with trafficking cocaine, and I'll remember it in a while, and Bush's and Clinton's things in Minot, Arkansas, how they used to land the planes with the cocaine, then Iran, Contra, all that stuff. For those of you that remember, Colonel Oliver North, Mr. Old Blood and Guts himself, right? Mr. Wow, I'm a true Marine and I want to fight, right? Here's a true story about Oliver North. When Oliver North was working the back-end deal of the Iran-Contra stuff, right, he would take these flights from the secret airports, and the pilot who flew some of them, not Hassan Fous, he got caught, but this other guy, I can't remember his name at the moment, flew north on some of these missions down to Nicaragua or to Tegucigalpa. Well, North was late one morning from the airport flight from, you know, the secret little airport they flew from the U.S., 45 minutes. Once they got there, the medics that were on the plane wanted to save some of the soldiers that they were working with. Again, secret CIA stuff, instigating wars, all that stuff. And Colonel North said, "Why are you taking so long? What are you doing?" They said, "Well, we're trying to actually patch these guys up." And he said, "Well, let me look at them." They pulled the sheet back, and one of the guys, his chest was open, and you could actually see his beating heart.
Wow.
And his guts. Old Blood and Guts, Colonel Oliver North, appear on TV, run around the country, get paid $25,000, $50,000 to do speeches about how tough he is. Promptly, check this out, promptly fainted. As soon as he saw any real blood and guts, he fainted, fell over. And now the medic wrote in the notes. He wrote in the notes for the report, said, now I have to also spend time reviving the colonel over here, which, you know, delayed our mission even further. My point is, most men are programmable by that kind of trauma and war. And that's when they need to run around and proclaim their courage. No fear. It's no different than the motorcyclist guy I saw today. He has to wear a T-shirt on the front of his chest that says fearless, or those stupid no fear buttons on the back of trucks. Methinks thou dost protest too much, is how Shakespeare put it. If you need to go proclaim your courage, guess what?
Yeah.
You're probably going to faint at the first sight of some real action, Colonel North. All right? And this is what people know. People like Eisenhower, very soft guy, actually, good-hearted guy, my opinion. Of course, trying to work inside the system. Or a General George Patton's got none of that fear. But they know when they're working with people The first month or the first week or the first battle, they're going to find out who's just a blowhard, and it's a lot of guys that no one expected are going to step up and have the real courage.
Yeah, the ones that aren't doing the talking.
Usually.
Yeah.
Not always, though. It depends. But the point here is you can traumatize men and women with literal traumatization. I used to work with an ex-KGB officer who had fled from the Soviet Union before the perestroika and all that happened, before the fall of the communist thing. And he told me his initiation, the last initiation for KGB officers, the last initiation they had to do, besides all the physical boot camp beatings and all that, you know, the emotional trauma for the actual men. It's just like boot camp, really. Right? The last initiation, they had to bring two puppies, and in front of the whole platoon, they had to kill them and drain their blood and drink the blood. Because this is part of the desensitization, the proving your courage in twisted ways, and destroying your heart, destroying your sensitive heart. So there's many ways to trap souls. The satanic ritual stuff, all the way to baby killing, we're being very truthful here. So strong souls, you need to get them pissed at you, because they're not going to. Even if you kill strong souls, like you know, the real William Wallace, real people, Joan of Arc, you can kill them, but you can't stop them. You can't traumatize them. You can't traumatize Joan of Arc. In a sense, you can't get her. She's strong enough to hang in there. You can burn me at the stake.
Actually, she did cave. That's why they burned her.
Oh, she did?
She did. Like, fine, okay, I'll tell you what you want to hear. And I think that's the only reason they did get to her. I think if she would have said no all the way. But what do I know?
Well, let's pick that up.
Yeah, time for some more new music. Don't forget to write them down. We will be right back. Soul Journeys Radio.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
No rules. No rules. No taboo topics. No taboo topics. No fear of doom. No fear of doom. We are American Freedom Radio. American Freedom Radio.
Woohoo! Doesn't this just make you want to dance, Tobias? I can't say the name or the title or whatever of the song because we are doing that little contest, but welcome back. I'm bouncing up and down. I don't know about you. Anyways, we are discussing the oldest soul trapping game with Tobias Lars. His website again is soulcounseling.com, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to give us a call tonight, 218-339-8525. That's 218-339-8525. And if you want to join our happy little crazy and beautiful and wonderfully perfect soul family in the text chat, that's over at souljourneysradio.com. And we left off, Tobias, Joan of Arc and traumatizing souls. So please continue.
You can sacrifice a William Wallace a la Braveheart movie, you know, or you can, I've seen some of my lifetimes, and this is not to be macho about it. We're just saying some souls are not controlled by physical torture or emotional torture. You can't traumatize them. You can traumatize them, but they won't actually lose themselves. They can still recover themselves. But some souls you can traumatize and program to go unconscious. So the way you can trap souls, again, 80% of the people, these are rough figures, folks. Might be negative to say it that way. But it's, the majority of people you can traumatize by having them watch to actually kill other people or beings, or watch other people or beings be killed. They have so much fear of watching the guillotine or being drawn and quartered or burnt at the stake that the kings can effectively control the serfs and the masses. And so there are not only, like last week we focused on, it's the strong souls that you need to be more clever-willed to hook to your devices. And that strong souls, you get them to be angry at you. But so you can traumatize people, whether it's from outright physical trauma or emotional fear of looking stupid or not being part of the tribe or not part of the in-crowd wearing the right Prada shoes or whatever, the right image consultants. There's several ways of trapping souls. You can trap, the majority of people are fairly easy to make cattle out of by overpowering them. The few that can't be overpowered, you trick into fighting you. So this is the old soul trapping game on Earth. If the reptilians show up and simply overpower you by you watching them eat, your mother, literally they tear her apart and eat her flesh by flesh, then that will tend to traumatize you. This is where I'm using an extreme example there, but these are the things floating around in the collective lately.
Yeah.
So the fear porn mongering will be the reptilians are here, they're incredibly smart, and they're 10 times stronger than you physically, and you have no chance whatsoever. So that will be the fear mongering, that will help keep the sheeple in line. So you can take over whole planets by brute force, might is right, or the ones you can't do that with, you will seduce them into being slave owners of the planet. In other words, hey, join us, come on. Well, you'll have a nice life, well, stop fighting us. Here's $3 billion. Come on, why are you fighting us? Come on, come on, stop it. We'll make you one of us. What's this truth stuff? The masses are asses. They don't want to know this stuff. They need a strong hand. Come on.
Yeah.
No, stop trying to wake the people up. It's not worth it. They're stupid. Look at them. They get bought off by beer and hamburgers and football games. Come on, or American Idol, or Who's Dancing with Who, or whatever. What is it called? America's Got Dance Talent. I don't even know that.
Whatever.
Yeah. So you can. So another approach you'll buy people off. You threaten them, you buy them off. That's what you do with the strong people. Ross Perot was, threatened.
Well, the strong people don't get bought off.
They don't. The ultimate strong people.
Yes.
But the most strong people will get bought off. Like.
And they're not very
cars.
strong.
Yeah. Well, they are strong, but when they threaten your kids and your grandkids, they're going to murder your. They're going to murder your grandkids in front of you.
Yeah.
That's a strong motivator for people, That's why, maybe Jackie O knows the deal, but she says, they tell her, we're going to murder your kids if you come out and tell the truth. So she says, okay, 50 years after I'm dead, you can tell the truth, because then my kids will also most of them.
Well, they already did murder one of her children.
Yeah, sure. John was definitely, in my opinion. It was very interesting with JFK Jr. because literally a couple of weeks before, or just before he was killed, or that, they killed this. I'm saying because they just beamed those things off of Montauk and made that plane go down. I mean, that's my reality when I tap into it intuitively. And because he had just told close friends, he said, well, I'm quitting the magazine. I need to run for Congress. I can't avoid, what I'm here to do. And so they nipped that one in the bud, killed him before he started, Sure. John Lennon, same thing. 5 years, house husband, staying out of the limelight. Now he's going to come back out and create movement again. Yes, and so happens that the doorman at the Dakota is one of the ultimate hitmen of the Council of 40, or whatever they called them, the 40 hitmen they were hired for all the hits around the world. One of those guys just happened to be working that night at the Dakota as the doorman. What are the chances, for example? So when you start looking at this stuff, it's horrible and deep. And so you can scare the collective into, you got no chance. And if you buy into it, so 80% of the people are easily traumatizable by that stuff. But the other 20%, you either buy off or or you threaten them even more deeply, with killing. I know you don't care about your life, but what about your grandkids? Little Susie, she's 6 years old. Here's pictures of her.
It's a soul trap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hook.
And so this is when you have to call in the big guns, because these powers really have no ultimate power. Okay? There's so many stories of people being protected by angels, the larger forces. They have the ultimate. If you buy into the fear, yes, the fear will get you. And you have to be tested. This is just part of the game. You have to be tested. If they come to your door and threaten you with this, X, Y, and Z, that will make you look deeper. But we are protected. So, like, for example, if John Lennon had found that part of his fear, now I'm going to speak as this is theoretical, folks. Could be true, but let's call it theoretical, okay?
Okay.
So if John Lennon, when he made that offhand comment, God bless him, 1966 or whatever it was, he said, "Geez, the Beatles are bigger than Jesus," right? Just as an observation, this is insane. God, no one cares about God. They're fighting over tickets to come see us and trampling themselves and passing out, and it's just bizarre. And the Beatles seem more popular than Jesus. What does that say about our society? It's that spirit he said it in. When he said that, of course, the South rose up again and said, "We're going to boycott your records, boy." And they went after him, right? You're calling you bigger than Jesus, right? So he could feel the mob mentality, energy, and that affects us on a morphic resonant level, large level. And he was genuinely shaken. And if you watch some of those interviews, it went on for a year. And they were in Memphis. They had they had death threats and stuff, and they were like genuinely shaken, John. But John was a provocateur. So but he felt that fear. But he didn't actually go all the way into that fear. He tried to hide out. He tried to retreat. They tried to just do studio. Then they quit the band. And then he tried to do some political stuff and said, "Okay, I better back off of that." Went on a drunken binge, spent 5 years as a house husband, right? But that original seed of that fear of they tried to kick him out of the country, of the Nixon administration, blah, 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 all the shenanigans behind the scenes, J. Edgar Hoover stuff, FBI. He tried to avoid the fear that it triggered in him. If he had felt that fear thoroughly, I have nothing to fear, including fear itself. This is Tobias theory, by the way, right now. You can agree, I'm just saying, surmising potential. What if he had felt that fear and gone, "I am scared. That is really terrifying me." I mean, that we're that unconscious, that an artist, me and my girl here being naked on two virgins, and I'm trying to speak some deeper truths. Listen to his stuff now. It's as current today as it was 40 years ago. John was timeless, right? Certain artists are tapping into the collective timelessness. But maybe he didn't actually feel that fear, and he did some of that macho stuff. Like, I'm going to go ahead anyway and call it to their face. Even though he was a good clown and a good jokester and a good comic relief as well. But he didn't quite clear that fear out of himself. And it is that fear that offers a target. Now I'm speaking ultimate spiritual physics now. It's that fear that offers the target for him to be assassinated. "You're blaming the victim, Tobias. How dare you?" I can hear the screaming demons doing that to me right now. Okay? I'm not blaming the victim.
But I mean, we all have to die anyways, and we do die when it's our time. So maybe, that was just the catalyst or one of God's angels, right? No? So we can live in this physical body forever and ever?
Actually, that is true, but that's a whole nother level of understanding it. And who would want to?
Yeah, I don't.
No. In a karmic life, in an the vast majority of humans have predestined death. You can very easily predict whether a death is going to occur. If you are a wise man, a la super astrologer, Vedic predictor, reading the Akashic records, God herself knows pretty much 99.99% of all the souls and bodies right now on Earth when their due date will come up. John's was predicted. But at a certain level of consciousness, you can change that. Once you start getting conscious enough yourself, you can preview your own death, and you can rearrange the timelines if you so desire. At a certain level of ability and consciousness, you become the chooser of your destiny and your fate, instead of the nail of the hammer of your fate and destiny. But that requires cleaning your own internal karma, your own internal subconscious, the internal shadow, a la Carl Gustav Jung. But the vast majority of people, millions of us now, are starting to do that. Some of it being foisted or forced upon it. It feels like, why is this happening to me? I thought I'd already dealt with this. This is an impossible problem. If you're running up against that stuff on your spiritual journey, good for you. Good on you. Good on you, mate. Because that's the stuff, the deep programming that you're going to have to clear if you want to get to a place of freedom of choice, true free will. Right? I mean, a master like Jesus, his disciples couldn't hang with him at all. You know, Peter betrayed him, said, "Oh, Master, I'll never betray you." And Jesus looks at him lovingly and says, before the morning comes and the cock crows, you're gonna tell 3 people that you never knew me just to protect your ass. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's basically what he said. And as he's sweating blood in the Garden of Gethsemane, they all go, they fall asleep. And he's not angry at them, because that's the reality. When you start doing real wake up, it's very different. Do you understand? Gandhi, Martin Luther King, the same thing for these guys. Gandhi was too much of a pacifist. He accomplished what he accomplished, but a part of him hadn't really healed himself. So you cannot assassinate Archangel Michael, Krishna, or Jesus, or Buddha, or Lao Tzu. You can't assassinate them. Feel that. Feel that. You cannot assassinate them, because they are free beings. We are destined to also become free beings. But along the way, if you want to pass the physical, if you want to become the master of the physical, I'm speaking ultimate truths here, believe me, about, huge growth. I'm not saying we're all going to get there and it's all going to be ascension in 3 years. We're all going to ascend. Bullshit. That's not how it works. But we are destined to go there too. You cannot assassinate. That thing on the cross was the last assassination Jesus will ever live through. Now he can master his body. He materialized his body on this planet today 4,342 times. Physically materialized it for people. Now most of them will go amnesic and forget about it. Do we want real wake-up call? Yeah. Is it going to suck at times? Are you going to wish that you were dead? Yes. Are you going to want to join Lucifer when he offers you the money and the bitches? Yes, you are. And many of you will do it. And you women will sell out for whatever you sell out for.
What do we sell out for?
4,000 pairs of shoes.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, a couple decades ago. Uh-huh.
I don't want to know what my husband does. I just want to be able to decorate my house the way I want to.
That was me. Just give me the cash. I don't care who you're screwing or what mob you're ruling. Yep.
Right. And, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with selling out. The universe doesn't care. It loves you. It's just a detour. You'll be doing that for a few lifetimes till you go, okay, I don't really want to do that again. Been there and done that. There's no judgment. This is the whole point of every teacher, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, etc. We love you. Take your time. You want to do 100 lifetimes of avoiding that shit? That's fine. We love you anyway. Do you want to do 100 lifetimes of being a crusader against the, windmills in southern Spain? Do it. It's all good.
That's right. All good. Hang on. Hold it right there. We will be right back. Tobias Lars here on SoulJourneysRadio.com.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifilan brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifilan. There's nothing else like Modifilan. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifilan banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Welcome to the world's meeting place. American
It's practically narcotics.
Freedom
Oh, yes, I like very much.
Radio.
You're an American institution.
American Freedom Radio.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us here tonight. Soul Journeys Radio on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. Tobias Lars is talking some crazy talk here. Yeah. Let me ask you this one. Good question.
With my daisy.
Yeah, but keep singing it. Here's a question in the chat, Tobias. He says, Tobias, what if Lennon just reached a point where he felt there was no point in helping people because 80% need complete body, mind, soul transplants? I just want to make sure I don't reincarnate on this planet again. What's the secret? Yeah, I want to know that too. I'm done with this stupid freaking wheel in the rat cage. It makes no sense. I was talking to my friend last night, and because I've really been trying to figure out what's the purpose of this life. Why do you guys get up in the morning every day? Like, what's the point? And he's like, well, I fixed my car again. Okay. Well, I couldn't complete it because I didn't have the money and this other thing's broken. So, then his reason for getting up the next day is to fix that other thing. And then his reason to get up the next day is to fix more plumbing again that he can't afford. So he has to live in sewage. And it's like, what's the freaking point? Why? We get up in the morning so we can go to a dumb job and then go drink a beer at the happy hour and pretend that life is perfect? What is the frickin' point? And yeah, as the listener asked, what's the secret so we don't have to come back and do this stupid rat cage again?
So the guy fixing his car and truck, right? Does he look at it the way you look at it? Or are you projecting?
Yeah, no, we both realize this is just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
This just makes no sense.
Yeah. That happened to me about 20 years ago, that exact place. I was working at a company. Actually, I was one of the two partners of the company. And we used to go around to big companies in Arizona, the gas company, the power company, Southwest Gas, University of Phoenix, which now is spread across the planet. And we would give stress tests to all the employees. And then we would sell them this program, this method of reducing stress for corporations. One day coming back from lunch, even though this was a fairly nice system to have, a fairly nice job, fairly nice thing, we're helping people, blah, blah, blah. I told my partner at the time, I said, I'm effing done. I am effing done. I am no longer in my life going to do something I don't want to do. I'm not going to do something to get something else.
Yeah.
To this day, he calls it the parking lot speech. Because he said, I knew at that point that the company was kaput. I couldn't, because you're not going to you're not going to fit in with what we need to do to go around to corporations and sell this course. And so you have to call it, when you're ready, by the way. Now, this is going to cause you pain when you do this. Because it's no different than coming off of heroin. We've been addicted to heroin. It's called cult culture.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
So when you call the cult, you say, and that day my soul had decided, I'm done. I know how to do it the old way. Joy's heard me say it forever. I know how to do it. It's boring. I want to live a little freer. I want to take my next step. So that's one thing you have to do. By the way, on the John Lennon thing, when you felt him, he wanted to come back out into the world. But on a soul level, you can make up any stories you want. Yeah, sure. Maybe it was John was like, I'm done. But I don't think so. He had a 5-year-old son that he loved, and I think him and Yoko actually loved each other, and he was interested in, he had matured. He wanted to come back out and play. So I'm not sure he actually made any soul choices that I want to leave. Maybe. We'd have to be there and be at a bigger piece of consciousness than he is to be able to read the chart of what actually went on. So who knows? If you have a push against, like the Buddhist monks or the Tibetans, I'm going to ascend my Kundalini because I don't want to incarnate again on this POS planet. Humans are such idiots and stupid and mired in the mess and the horribleness. I want to be like a lotus flower and arise above out of the muck, and I want to ascend. I want to send my send myself as a rocket ship out of here because this planet is a POS. All right? If you're approaching it from that point of view, you still haven't embraced it or loved it. You haven't allowed it. If you have judgment on the planet, that is a surefire way, that was last week's show, to make sure, like Velcro, you will be coming back. When you can reach the place where you allow people to be as trapped as they want to be, like with the last segment where I said, it's nothing wrong with selling out. There's nothing wrong with whatever, wanting to try to outsmart everybody else and create $1 billion and just use other souls for your masturbatory enjoyment. You know? Fine. There's nothing wrong with that per se. There is spiritual physics of you cannot reach the fifth dimension and above. You have to open your heart. You know, it's just how it works. And you have to get there to understand why. You know, it's like trying to tell an ant, you know, calculus or theoretical physics. They're not interested. It's not their life. It's not their, their dimension. So the secret is that you evolve yourself. And in my view, my opinion, it seems to have to do with no judgment and allowing other souls their journey and allowing your own fountain inside yourself. Each and every chakra inside yourself is an unlimited energy fountain of eternal life, love, joy. But to actually uncover those fountains and clear out the debris and the dirt and the eons of crap and poison and toxic crap takes some work. Takes some willing to face it. Oh, here's this thing I left 50 lifetimes ago when I so hated this system. So any reaction creates pendulum swing. I swing this way, I swing that way. Okay? So there's been many techniques trying to come out of that. For instance, you can do, I simply witness all of it. Buddhist Vipassana witnessing. Or Krishna, you can be a devotee of the heart and go, I devote and give all my actions to God, the universe. I take no personal credit for any of my actions, but give it all to the higher non-attached self. Blah, blah, blah. This sounds like words to most people. But once you get close to that place, that's where, that's where it will be. The only way you can transcend karma is by not being attached to stuff. You can fake yourself to it and go, oh, I'm not attached to it. Don't worry. The universe will make sure you're not. If it's happening to you, you're still attached to it. The acid test is what's actually happening around you. How do you actually feel inside and what's happening around you? That's it. It's very simple. The rest is theoryland mental garbage. How are you actually, what are you actually experiencing inside yourself? I feel like shit. Okay?
Life sucks.
Good.
I hate the game.
Awesome.
It's fake.
Awesome.
It's boring.
Right. Yeah. That's unbelievably good. Unbelievably good when you reach those places. Because that means something real is happening. Now, since, or if you're experiencing ultimate oneness, bliss, cosmic consciousness merging with the universe, or you're experiencing the pits of hell, it's absolutely doomed hopelessness, and I don't want to die, God. If you reach this place, you're doing really good. I don't want to die. I want you to actually extinguish my soul forever, God. I don't want to just die. I want to have never have existed. I want to have never existed. I want you to erase me. Awareness is too freaking painful. Just wipe me out that I never existed. That's what I want.
Yay! So that's the secret.
If you want that, you are starting to knock on heaven's door. And at the same time, if your spiritual schizophrenia is reaching these levels, you're doing really good. You are going, oh my God, I feel one with the trees. I am talking to my dog, and they're talking back. I am hearing, I can feel telepathically, I can predict the future. I'm starting to feel all this bliss for no reason in my body. And then the next hour, you're back to, I never want to exist, F you God, etc., etc., okay? This is really deep places of merging the old polarities. I don't know any way around that for the vast majority of people. You have to face and feel it, face it, free it. Feel it inside yourself. You're only responsible for your own accumulated soul tartar buildup. And don't worry, the universe will call you on your BS. If you're off on some religious thing that promises to this will take care of some magic pill religion or some magic pill yogi, don't worry, you'll get your ass kicked. You can't beat the universe. God will not be mocked, and you can't fool Mother Nature. So don't worry, the proof is in the pudding. Where are you at? The rest is theory land. It's worse than Disneyland. Who cares? Where are you at? What are you feeling like? I still have preferences. I still feel like shit. I'm still balancing. I feel wonderful one moment, and then I feel like hopeless suicidalness. Okay. Awesome. You're on your way. At least you're not drugging yourself and trying to avoid, run from it.
Although that does sound appealing at times.
And that's okay too. Give me the drugs. I want the drugs.
Yep, seriously. My address, 123 Main Street, Branson. Bring it down. I'm serious.
And the universe is so loving, or you could say so uncaring. It doesn't matter. Frame it depending on what polarity you're in at the moment. You can say it is so immensely, awesomely loving, or so neutral and doesn't give a flying shit about you at all, okay? That it will allow you to explore all that.
So, I don't get it. What's the point again?
You'll make up points, or you'll make up that there's no point. That's up to you. It's really hard to reach this place of not blaming something outside yourself. Now you can have some compassion maybe for why everyone is running around not wanting to look at themselves. Right? The ego will actually do anything, not almost. The ego, or the fallen, fearful ego, will do anything to avoid dealing with these original traumatic places in the soul. It will try to kill the body. It will try to create the foundation for ultimate living. It will try to create super religions to save everybody. It will try to create outer space exploration, and we'll find better planets to live on. The ego will try anything to avoid looking into the void. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be that heavy. It can be really fun.
What if you feel like you're stuck in the void and everything else is just freaking annoying illusion, and you know it's illusion, and it's not fun. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah. You can, and then notice that. Yeah, here I am. Be honest with your moment. Once you can become a witness to it, you start to become free. In other words, when you still have preference is wanting it to be different. There's some magic to not having preference.
So we're supposed to be happy in the rat cage.
You're not supposed to be anything. Who said you're supposed to be happy? Who said we're supposed to be happy? Where does that come from? Where does the idea of how are you doing, like we started this show with? I'm supposed to be happy. Me and my friend Seo, who now lives in Bali, outside the coffee pot restaurant Sedona one day, he said, he lived in his van for a while outside Sedona. He just, he was done with the world. He was in that same place. F it. I don't want to be here. If this is a horrible rat race trap, I don't want to be here. Well, anyway, Seo and I are talking one day, and now I forgot what the point of that was. See, the point doesn't matter. There is no point. If you want a point, you're on some crusade mission. That's the mind. Don't be so interested in interpretation. Be more interested in just simple sensation. Don't be so hooked on having to interpret every goddamn thing. Be more interested in just simple sensation. This is Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching. What am I sensing right now? See, animals don't label their stuff. Right now, Miley's got her legs. There's something wrong with her leg. She's not whining and moaning. What's the point? Why
Maybe if I'm reincarnated, I'll come back as a dog and I could just lick my pee-pee all day long.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? No, feel that I'm being harsh. I know. But feel this idea of...
Oh, here we go. I'm sorry.
Who said we're supposed to be happy?
Yep. Hang on. It is that time. We will be right back. Soul Journeys Radio.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
News and information you can trust. This is American Freedom Radio. Freedom, American Freedom Radio. American Freedom Radio.
All right, so we're back to the happy, peaceful stuff here. This is fun having new music. I'm really enjoying it. Hope y'all are writing it down. So what do you think? Okay, so I didn't fit Black Sabbath in here, Toby, but what do you think about some of these other more hardcore songs?
I loved that Three Dog Night song is beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but
sorry,
I mean, let's get real. Oh, you jerk. That's okay. I'll send everyone a shirt. I don't care. But yeah, what do you think of that? How to lie to yourself and thereby to everyone else? How to keep smiling when you're thinking of killing yourself? I mean, I'll just be honest. That's how I feel. It is totally that song 100%. And, my friend was saying, when I was asking them, well, what do you get up in the morning? Well, I don't really think about that. But you should get up to do your show. Really? So I can tell people how to be freaking happy when I'm using a fake smile and dying inside? That makes me a freaking hypocrite.
But you're being real now.
Oh, yeah, I'm freaking being real. Have you seen my Facebook page anytime lately? Yeah,
real,
I'm
though?
being real, but then of course, you know, I mean, I don't care. I don't care that the fakes don't like it. I really don't care. Anybody who says you've never felt that way is a stupid freaking liar, and you're not helping. Oh, don't feel that way. Oh, it's love and light, and repeat this mantra. Kiss my ass, okay? Life sucks. I'm sick of the rat cage. Big deal. Maybe I won't be sick of it tomorrow. Right now, I am. Allow me that peace.
Do you enjoy? Yeah, and also, after a while, we realize this journey of actually really healing ourselves is still not for public consumption so much on this planet.
Yeah, only if you're a rock star and you're singing it on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if you're in a YouTube video, you can say screw God. But if you're on Facebook or on a radio show, you're not allowed to say that. Oh my gosh, how could you say that? Don't feel that way. You should be grateful. Really?
But Christie.
Yes.
Why are you expecting the 80% to understand?
Oh, I'm not. I don't care. I'm putting it out there because I want the 80% to fall away. I want them all to die. I don't want them in my life at all. I love the block button on Facebook. I wish we could just hit the block button in life. I love it. It's awesome. I like, come out wherever you are. I like it when they come and show me how fake they are so I can delete and block. Yep, okay. I like it. That's what I want. I want all fake, all illusion out of my life.
Yeah. So, you know, if I take my clothes off and start going naked down the street, which is really the natural
I'll go with you.
On planet Earth, is the paradise on planet Earth is, you know, we're naked. We should be able to be naked, but
Yeah.
the reality is the cops will be here in 10 minutes, and you know, either put a blanket over me if I live in a nice house around here,
Moon 'em.
or haul me to jail if I live in the in the bad.
Isn't that
side of
ridiculous? Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not allowed to be
So, okay.
natural. We're not allowed to be naked. We're not allowed to have
Yeah.
feelings. We're not. I mean, oh, that's bad. We got to arrest you. We're gonna arrest you out of these feelings. Come on, really? You think that's helping anyone, guys?
So let me ask you this: Can I push you a little bit?
Push me.
Can I?
I would love it.
Okay. So why do you think you're avoiding, or why do you think you're engaging the public, which are admittedly asleep? Why do you want to engage them or at all, or provoke them, or why do you want to go naked, whether it's with your emotions or physically?
Because we need that. We need more of that.
Okay,
I
so
really
you're
believe
actually-
that.
so you're
So
actually
me
trying to-
putting myself out there will hopefully make other people feel safe so that they don't have to hide anymore. And the ones that freak out, like I said, bye, see ya.
So you're trying to help others wake up?
Both. I'm trying to help myself and I'm trying to help others.
Okay. I'm going to just say this. As long as you're on a mission, like whether there's something you're trying to push on the world will push back on you, is my experience.
You know what, honestly, it's not, there's like nothing going on that's like makes me feel bad. My life is fine. It's comfortable. It's whatever. I'm not mad at anyone or anything, really. I don't care that, you know, I don't care about these things people care about. What really drives me nuts is the fake, the fakey, you know,
Okay.
that's,
Good. We got
I'm
it.
sick
We
of
got
it.
So let me ask you this. Does God source the universe? We're doing personal therapy. Now everybody else participate. I'm doing it with myself at the same time. See, it's not, you know. Does God source allow people to be delusional and in denial and fakey, as you call it?
Yeah, fine. Do it over there.
Yeah. And also, yeah. So, but does God source still love those fakey souls?
Yeah,
Or, you know,
fine. Do it over there.
have you yet reached the place where you have compassion? Forgive them, Father, for
Yeah,
they know not
I
what
do.
they do.
I do. But I don't want them in my sphere.
Yeah. I have to say, I feel still a little bit that you are still angry at them. Do you think you are? that people are that stupid and that sheepish, and or
I don't like it when people try to tell me what I'm supposed to be feeling when I'm supposed to be feeling it. I don't like it when people demand more of me as if I'm not doing enough. I don't like it when people try to put me in a box because I do a video that's happy, happy, joy, joy, and then another one that it's like, fuck this shit. I think I should be able to be all of that. So yeah, I do get annoyed by people trying to put me in a box and, oh, well, that's not what you said 3 months ago, or, oh, I'm so shocked that, oh my God, you have these feelings? Yeah, I'm a real freaking human. Get used to it.
Yes. So when we walk out into the field of, okay, it's raining. I go outside. Are you going to get rained on? Yes.
I love the rain.
So if you go outside with your feelings, you're going to get rained on by people.
Fine.
Okay? Then you're choosing, then you're happy with exactly what's going on. Because you're going to trigger people by exposing this stuff to people. So as long as that is good with you, then are you complaining or are you okay with it?
Actually, see, that's the thing. I'm not complaining. I'm just sick of it, and I want to change. I want, and I don't even know what they're like. Normally, in my healing processes, there's something that, well, Christie, you found this in ya. Let's go heal that. I don't even know. There isn't like this thing right now at this particular time that I'm conscious and aware of that I'm trying to heal. I just want to be real. And I want those around me in my sphere to be real. And the rest of them, I don't care.
Stop right there. So you're wanting, but you're not, you have to allow people to be fakey, as you
Oh, that's fine. Over there. Just not in my sphere. Not in my inner circle.
Right. And so if 80% of the people on the planet are still trying to, in survival terror, and being what you might term fakey, if you go out in public with your heart on your sleeve or your naked body, you're going to draw some undue attention to yourself. So my question is, are you consciously choosing the undue attention, or are you wanting to change them or wanting to push them to wake up at all?
Yeah, you know what? It's actually more about expressing myself and how I feel and feeling safe doing so. Mm-hmm. Being that expression. I mean, some of the things I've suppressed and trying to work on, and that is expressing myself through words and even the written word. So it's actually good practice for me. And honestly, don't take offense or anything. I love you all. I'd love to do what I can to inspire or whatever, however I'm touching your lives. But it's about me right now. It's about me. That's it. Yeah. It's about me. I don't care how other people react. I really don't. Yeah. Is that rude? Is that bad? Am I supposed to feel guilty for saying it's about me now?
You can feel however you feel.
Thank you. That's why you're in my inner circle.
Do you feel guilty about it?
No, I don't. That's the thing. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm all in. I'm all out. This is just me, all of it. I'm not this perfect person. I'm not this stupid hero. I'm not this happy, mamby-pamby, freaking love and light, person all the time. I love life. I love myself. I hate the rat race. And you know what? I hate feeling that I was not allowed to express myself. So there you go.
So that's, I think, universal for so many of us, feeling like we can't be authentic and we can't express ourselves.
Yeah, I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that box.
Yeah, and a few people are actually willing to try it now. So just be realistic. In India you can walk around naked and search for God, and in America you still can't really do it.
Well, I'm moving to India then, Tobias. We'll have to continue our soul counseling session next time. Thank you. And sorry we are out of time.
Yeah, okay, we're out of time. That's it?
Yeah, that's it. You don't hear the music? I know. Fastest 2 hours everywhere, anywhere.
Trust the process. Trust the process. The process is loving, and then getting real and keeping getting real will take you to your self.
Woohoo! Time to get frickin' real. Love you all. Have an awesome weekend. We will see you next week. Same time, same place. That's Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. here on AmericanFreedomRadio.com.
It's time to get real and heal. MyTrueEssence.net would like to tell you about Modifiland brown seaweed extract. It's composed of an elementally rich seaweed called laminaria. It takes 40 pounds of laminaria to make just 1 pound of Modifiland. There's nothing else like Modifiland. It is the richest in alginate, fucoidin, organic iodine, and lamarian. Alginates are the most effective organic element in nature that enable the body to rid itself of heavy metals, radioactive elements, and toxins. Fucoidin is an extremely effective anti-cancer substance found abundantly in brown seaweed. Organic iodine is the greatest protection for the thyroid offered by nature. Laminarin aids in the prevention and treatment of cardiovascular disease. Go to www.mytrueessence.net and click the Modifiland banner to get started on your path to rich health today. Also check out the Healing Shop for proven essential oils, medicinal teas, and even health coaching. It's time to get real and heal. Go to www.mytrueessence.net.
Get real and heal. Listen to Christie on Soul Journeys Radio.
Just look at us. Everything is backwards. Everything is upside down. Doctors destroy health. Lawyers destroy justice. Universities destroy knowledge. Governments destroy freedom. The major media destroys information. And religions destroy spirituality. I think there's more to know here.
What you ever hear about in this country are differences. That's all the media and the politicians are ever talking about, the things that separate us, things that make us different from one another. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They try to divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the money. Fairly simple thing happens to work. If you know anything different, that's what they're going to talk about. Race, religion, ethnic and national background, jobs, income, education, social status, sexuality, anything they can do, keep us fighting with each other so that they can keep going to the bank.
You're listening to the future of talk. American Freedom Radio. This is American Freedom Radio.